What's up everyone, how you doing today? It's Angry Roleplay, and guys, today I want to show you the build that I'm using to speed farm like lower torment levels and level up my gems with Impale build. And the main difference between the cold setup and this is because it uses lightning rune instead of the cold rune, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is quite funny, because with cold rune everything dies just way too fast. And basically you run out of hatred with the piercing shit happening on the screen. You like shit flying all over the screen, you kill everything with one blow and you like, just lose all your hatred because everything is dead. And to keep up your hatred you need to hit an enemy that is already impaled, and it only can happen with like when the mob is pretty much tough, so you can hit him twice. Otherwise you need some supplementary passives to regen your hatred and to refill your hatred. For the lower levels, when the shit dies just way too fast, I recommend this setup that I will show you now. And first I will run the rift and show you just how it fucking works in general. So pretty much everything just dies instantly, and overall the run takes about 3 to 2 minutes, so 2-3 minutes, that's about it. Everything dies pretty fast. Even way too fast. No, this is not the fastest level to show this, because you know I get shitty mobs here and the progression will be much slower, but still we will try. Overall I don't even do Torment 13 at all, because this shit just dies way too fast, and pretty much I can do the same speed for for the greater of 70 than for the 60s. So I just prefer doing 60s at this time. See, everything just dies instantly pretty much. And with such a massive attack speed and movement speed, it's pretty crazy. Everything is insane. Everything just dies instantly. And the movement speed is ridiculous as well. If I vault it across the screen, it will be even more insane. This is where the real madness begins on such levels. There's shitty mobs here and no progression whatsoever, but I will still try to show you the speed of this build. So that's around 3 minutes something with complete garbage in the rift. Let me show you the 70 as well. The 70 will be a little faster maybe because, you know, we will just see this.
I need to go back. Your trial.
Okay, let's raise it to the 70, and I will also use this setup here as well with a bit more movement speed. Oh, I think I'll leave it just here as well. Let's raise it to 70. It will be even easier there. The only thing that stops me is literally just, you know, the fucking doors. This is where the real fun begins. Pretty much like the Multishot, but with a fucking impale, you know. Everything dies instantly all around. I just got bored with Multishot and just created this. So just 3.5 for the 70. Overall it's about 3 minutes, 3 minutes something, depending on the rift. If it's a good rift, if it's a shitty rift, Something like this. Okay, let me salvage this shit and I will show you the build, guys. Okay, so how this shit works. Basically, like I said, the only problem with the cold build is that the things die way too fast. In order to fix that, you need to refill your heat rate with something, and this is where the passives help us, called the Blood Vengeance. Let's talk about them very fast about the setup here. It's a 6-piece shadow set with Dex, Hit Chance and Impale. Basically, absolutely the same setup as the cold push build. Dex, Speed, all rest and area damage. Dex, hit damage, hit chance and area damage. The chest, Dex, Speed, all res, life, whatever. Dex, Speed, all res. Dex, Speed, all res, impale. The Karlei's point basically max damage. You don't really need area damage in the speed farming setup, but if you can afford two two sets of armor with area damage and without area damage, use just with maximum attack speed instead of area damage where possible. Holy Point Shot is lightning, Nemesis Brace is lightning, and the Traveler Splash is lightning as well. The Compass rolls best DPS, and Termination of the Enemy is basically the max DPS out there, and also the Chain of Shadows here to vault infinitely across the rift. Guys, the gems, the legendary gems are absolutely identical, and for lower tiers I recommend switching the Pain Enhancer to the Bane of the Powerful if you feel like your shit dies way too long, if it takes more than 3 to 4 minutes for 60 to 70, then try Bane of the Powerful. It means that you like DPS, but if you don't like DPS, still Pain Enhancer is extremely good because it will scale your attack speed and you'll simply kill everything faster. And the second is basically the Gogok of Swiftness. So the gems are the same as the cold spec setup. The Bane of the Pain Enhancer, Bane of the Trapped, and the Gogok of Swiftness, guys. Nothing crazy here. And the cube, absolutely identical. The Dawn, Killer's Curious, and Elusive Ring. I have not switched anything from the cold spec. Because you know the one shot still can happen. You can still basically jump into some grotesque explosion, into some elite explosion, some one shots can still happen. And I really do not recommend dropping toughness even for a speed farming build. I do not recommend this, guys. So now for the skills, that is kind of the key of this build. On the left button is Impale Ricochet. This refills our hatred all around. It does a guaranteed blast shield kind of hits to the additional nearby enemies. It always refills our hatred. On the right button, Phenomenized bladed armor, absolutely the same, just toughness. Here you can also go to preparation, backup plan, or focused mind, maybe Mask of Death, but it's not really important. It has no impact on the build whatsoever. Here on this button is Vault Tumble. It basically decreases our cost of vault when we do not impale some kind of empty area. To reduce our discipline costs, we use Vault Tumble. We do not use the Strong Arm Braces here. We use Nemesis Braces to spawn more elites, so we do not need to have a Rattling Roll here. Here as Shadow Power, just aim rune whatever you want here. Vengeance Dark Heart for another damage reduction. Nothing crazy here at all. Also, and Wolf Companion, basically this refills our hatred a bit and gives us the increased damage for 10 seconds. So this is it. The passive is Blood Vengeance. This is what refills our hatred. We could use Vengeance Seethe here, but you know, I prefer damage reduction, absolutely. I prefer super tankiness blind gameplay. I do not really like dropping, you know, damage reduction for something else. Vengeance, it doesn't matter. Seethe will help us with the hatred, but Blood Vengeance helps us with the hatred and discipline as well. So, you know, as an extra passive, it's not bad at all. Anyway, this is what I use to refill my hatred on the lowest levels. I also use this passive with my Multishot no generated build, and this absolutely helps to keep up your hatred across the rift without a big problem anytime. Tactical advantage: for an extra ridiculous amount of movement speed. We get 60% movement speed for 2 seconds when we use Volt, Shadow Power, or Smoke Screen, or Backflip with a Wheezy Fire. We use Volt all the time, so we use 60% movement speed all the time. And this is basically when we can run across the rift without, you know, kind of dropping anything. Call of the week is just the damage multiply against the slowed enemies. We always slow enemies when they're nearby them with a Banner Trap, so this is it. Ambush, another DPS passive. We do not use awareness here, it's not really necessary. And another passive useful that I personally use is Hot Pursuit. It's another extra movement speed, but it's a bit of overkill in my opinion, especially on the lower levels when you don't really need movement speed. You basically vault infinitely across the rift, so no, Blood Vengeance feels better here. But like I said, you can use Vengeance Seethe if you don't die at all, and use just Hot Pursuit here for additional movement or whatever you want here. It doesn't really matter at all. So this is it. Like I said, these are the passives that I personally use with the setup. So this is it. Thanks for watching and see you soon. And this is the setup that I use for gem ups to about 80. It works with everything up to Great Rift 80. Then I switch to a cold setup. And for the lowest, Torment 13 to Great Rift 70. This works like a fucking charm. It just kills everything. You're always full of hatred, there's no problem at all. You move very, very fast, kill everything, spawn a fucking ton of elites, it doesn't really matter. So this is it. Another thing that you could use is put, remove the Chain of Shadows here. And if you remove Chain of Shadows here, you will require some kind of, you know, extra preparation here instead of maybe the Vengeance or the Companion, but I don't really recommend this. Instead of Fan of Knives, yeah, instead of Fan of Knives you can use preparation, but I do not recommend using this. I think that this setup here is very, very simple and very, very effective. You just basically bolt infinitely and it's cheap and very effective. So thanks for watching guys and see you soon. I will keep the link to the Diablo fans guide in the comment section.